Welcome to Strategy Battle Games, still on GBHL YouTube video. You're here, host GBHL Damian. This is my hobby vlog number 26. So I was there last week, I think. Yeah, I did have one last week. And I had a little teensy competition where I looked over at Palette Cam, if you remember, and looked at the blues and blacks and browns in there and asked you to guess which two different models I was painting. And there was lots of different guesses, most of which weren't wrong. And two people got it very close, which was Dave McShearer, who said Bard Foot and Mounted, and Jay Acharya, who said Bilbo and Thorin Oakenshield. And they're very close because they both got one, because it was in fact, if you come over here, Bilbo and Bard. So neither of those two got it right. That was the correct answer. Bilbo, Master Burglar, and Bard, Girion Zair. Neither of those got it quite right, but Larry Miller was the one person who did in fact manage to guess correctly that it was Bard and Bilbo to go with my Battle of Five Armies force for the Battle of East Grinstead, and so he won himself a Freddo. And as I mistakenly said in the competition, it was to win a Freddo rather than to win the chance to buy a Freddo. So I'm lucky that only one person won it and I didn't have to fork out for a load of Freddos. But indeed Larry did win, so well done. I gave him his Freddo at the weekend. And so yeah, I did Bard and Bilbo. And as I said, they had to be finished in time for this hobby vlog, because I used them yesterday. I'm actually recording this on Monday evening, so you'll probably see this on Tuesday. But they had to be ready for the Return to Rimstead tournament, which was yesterday, and very good it was too. I've got a nice long journey vlog about that, with lots of player interviews and stuff about everything that we got up to at that tournament. And so that will come up in some detail over the next few days. I would have thought you would see that video on the channel, but for now I thought I'd have a close look at what I painted up for it. So this is Bard, which I've got to say is a stunning model. I love it. The pose is fantastic. You can see the sword's a bit bent. That's actually come from being in my figure case, where the fine cast has been pushed, unfortunately, so I'll have to try and rebend that. But that wasn't bent like that before I took it. But it's a great model. But again, like the Bard the Bowman model, I don't think they've particularly captured Luke Evans. I think they struggle sculpting Bard. But it doesn't look like him, but it is a cool model. It's got nicely defined features, and I was pretty happy with the way the face turned out. I don't know if we can get better detail on the eyes in there, but I was pretty happy with how that came out. A bit of chainmail in there, which is fairly obvious, just done a bit of dry brushing. And the coat, which I think is bluer than it's looking on the screen, was done with a kind of regal blue base coat, and then adding in blacks and Baneblade browns to make it darker and lighter in succession. The various leather areas are kind of done with a sort of snakebite, Steel Legion drab, sorry, and highlighted up to cracked stone. And the trousers were done in my normal kind of dark browny colours, which is sort of Rhinox hide. The hair was highlighted up from black with by adding vomit brown to black, which is my top tip that was passed on to me by Kev Spector many years ago for highlighting black. But I was pretty pleased with how he turned out. I think he's a cool model, and I'm pleased with his paint scheme. But yeah, there is Bard, and his friend was Bilbo, and here is Bilbo, Master Burglar. And as the eagle-eyed amongst you will no doubt spot, this isn't the Master Burglar you can buy, nor is it the one from Smaug, because it's a conversion. So obviously the vast majority of it is the model from Smaug, and personally I'd always felt that the model that came with Smaug was a much better pose. I think this one looks like he's kind of staring up. In terms of height, if you just even put Bard there, his pose is right, that he's kind of staring up at whatever he's fighting. I think it's kind of quite fitting. And I actually think the Master Burglar one, which I've put away, is a much better pose for kind of skulking around Erebor. So I think they quite happily kind of work as a swap. But obviously you want him to have Sting. So what I did was I took the arm off at the shoulder of the Smaug one, and then I took the arm with Sting from Bilbo Master Burglar and just stuck it on. So a really simple conversion, but I think quite an effective one, to have Bilbo having this pose having Sting. which is pretty cool. So I guess because I've started painting this, you could say I've started painting Smaug. I've certainly started painting a component from Smaug, but I imagine this will be the last bit from the Smaug kit that gets painted for a very long time. But again, I was very pleased with how he came out. I basically painted him in tandem with Bard with the same colour scheme. So again, the kind of regal blue coat as a base, and then works up, and then kind of cracked stone. They were actually, it was interesting to see, looking at kind of source images of Bilbo and Bard, that they are dressed in very, very similar colour coats. It's obviously the Lake Town style. But I was pretty pleased how he came out again. Lovely little model. I really enjoy painting Bilbo models. I found this. I've done the one jumping over the log, the Escape from Goblin Town one, and now this. And each one has been a joy. Lovely, lovely little models with great detail on them. He's just really cute and really iconic, and really, really glad to get him get a version of him painted up in his blue coat. And he was also in my army at the tournament this weekend, and he was handy for me. Did well. So there we are, a little conversion to get another hero knocked out. So those are the two that I've been working on. Hope you like them. Let me know what you think in the comments. To get those finished, I must admit I did have to kind of bench Gandalf a bit, so I'm not going to dwell too much on him here. I've certainly done a lot more on him. That's gone. I've done a lot more on him since last time you saw him, but I'll show him in more detail when he is fully finished. But I had to stop. I had to stop working on him so that I could work on Bard and Bilbo. But you can see in there that his face is pretty cool. So he's definitely well on the way. He just needs a bit more work on his robes to kind of finish those off, and a bit of work on his hair really. And the flesh is largely done. So yeah, he's coming along, and will certainly be next up. And then who knows, perhaps by the next time you see me, I will also then start work on those 6 elves. As soon as Gandalf's done, they're next on the table. The 6 little elves, which are my last 6 of those hated elves. I'm going to be utterly honest with you, it's Monday evening, and I have plans for the next 3 evenings, and then a lot of plans at the weekend, so I don't think I'm going to get a lot of painting time this week. So I would imagine I probably won't have a hobby vlog next week, but hopefully I will come back the week after that with, what will we be after? Completed Gandalf, and some work in progress on those 6 Mirkwood elves. So that's the hope, and yeah, there we go. So I hope you like these guys. As ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Support your hobby. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Pledge to Jamie on Patreon, and happy strategy battle gaming.